Alrighty, welcome back everybody to Tales of Destiny. How's everybody doing? We're gonna continue where we left off with this bomb-kicking fiasco. We're partway through this dungeon with the sad and lonely music. And we're gonna finish up this bomb kicking, seeing more of my terrible bomb kicking skills. Might want to just get rid of him, I guess. Alrighty, had to start the episode off with a good fight. Always feel a little better after a good fight. Oh, enemies are infinite, they just respawn. So that was the box you wanted to destroy. Kind of curious what's in these other ones, but it may not be worth it to try to destroy them. Yeah, this bomb is weird. It just sticks to the feet. It's like sticky bombs. Okay, that's just a shortcut back. Alright. The Rodeion exit and entranceway. Our next place we're going to is Hell. Nope, Helraios. That's right, Stan. We're definitely not going to go to Hell. So make sure to activate that warp so you can jump back to the beginning. And we are outside again. That's what that place looks like. That's Sky City. So we're gonna walk to Helraios, and there we can fix Iktinos, Woodrow's sword, since he's not doing very well. Well, at least it's not quite as long of a walk as we did before, but we are gonna have to walk on the surface here. You can see all the ones we've been to so far. Now Helraios has some rather tricky puzzles in it that I'll show and explain if you're using this video as a walkthrough, and also a very difficult boss is coming up. nice. See, now why is Stan's cape floating in the breeze and everybody else is standing still? It's like there's only wind on him. It wouldn't be an episode of Tales of Destiny without partaking of a holy bottle. I don't know if people have noticed, but the battles in this game are really smooth. I mean, a lot of the Tales series, you hit a random encounter and the screen shatters in kind of a glass effect, and it takes a second to load, and then once you're finished with the battle, it takes a minute, the screen goes black, and it takes a minute to get back to the field. But in this game in particular, when you get into a battle, it's just so quick. It's almost instantaneous, the way it transitions from world to battle. So much so that I have a really hard time sometimes editing the video and cutting the battles out, because it's like within a few frames. Here we are at Helraios. So this is kind of a research facility. This is a Rodeion research facility. So we'll have the opportunity. There's areas and the materials and the facilities are here that we can use to fix Ictinos. We are entering Helraios. They do their kind of super serious announcements to Vitora each time. Members of the Rodeion team. Sounds like we are the Aqua Team Hunger Force or something. Or Captain Planet. And his team of merry men. Or merry teenagers. Alright, here we go. Helraios. Of course, the portal doesn't work yet. Gotta get to the end. May I check in, please? Why, yes, please check in here. Something suspicious on the other side of that wall. So we have these different colored doors, just like in Portal. Looks like a fizzler door. What kind of enemies we got going? These flying swords are kind of annoying. That was probably overkill on one sword. Might be a good idea to put Chelsea in because a lot of the enemies are weak to piercing damage from arrows. Need the red key card. What is this, Metal Gear Solid? Need the key cards now of different colors to get in. Keep up the holy bottles here. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a good week and you've been enjoying these videos. This is a really cool game, and the graphics are, I don't know, just really classic style, and the fights are just intense and fun. I guess I should start the video with how is everybody's week going. So there it is, the red card key. You just shoot that box and you get the red card key. Let's go ahead and show another battle in here, and then I'll cut the rest of them out. Yeah, if you see how quick this game transitions to battles, and when it's done, how quick it transitions out, it's actually pretty hard to cut them out. It's down to a few frames when they trigger, when they're finished. I got Explosion. I'll have to try some new spells. I'm using Philia, again, by the way. Like I mentioned in previous videos, there's going to be a pretty tough fight here. This is one of the bosses I consider one of the 4 difficult ones. You can see her force field in action. How many enemies I can constantly stun. And enemies in the air, force field is just great for all those flying enemies. But I'm going to use Philia, and for the boss in this place, I recommend using Philia because the boss is weak to a lot of Philia's skills, especially Ray, any light skills. So let's put the red key in here, and the Fizzler disappears. And we can go through. Hey, food, I'll take it. I'm always up for taking some food. Now the question is, how long was that food sitting in that chest? How fresh is that food? Another thing that's nice about this game is the backgrounds. The battle backgrounds are really nice and accurate for each area of the game. When we're outside, you can sort of see all the ledges and cliffs as we've been walking around on this outer crust. And when you're inside, it's the background of all these places. So it's nice and accurate. Okay, there's a big concrete wall in my way. So I must have to go this way. Hey, can I get through there? Oh, okay. It's a little bit of... Oh, great. It's conveyor belt time. These conveyor belts aren't as bad as that other place we were in with the fast ones. This place you can walk against. So there's these scanners, and if you go through these conveyor belt scanners, if you're not a box, which we aren't, it'll shoot at you, which does a little bit of damage, but we have no choice really. You have to go through some of them. Okay, so there's a key there. So we need to look for some blue boxes. So whenever you see like a blue box, some of them explode too, so don't be foolish and stand close like I did. I was demonstrating what not to do. You can't run into the machine that's producing boxes, but you can actually constantly shoot these and get, occasionally get, lenses. You get these clear lenses, but I mean, it may seem cool, but I'm actually only getting one at a time, and it's kind of random, so honestly it's not worth it. Hooray. Yeah, it's not really worth your time. Occasionally you'll get a bunch, but it's not really worth it You might as well fight enemies to get clear lenses. Yeah, so you had no choice to walk through those things. My goodness, these bottles run out quick. Trying to do a nice commentary and my holy bottle runs out. Oh yeah, I wanted to show extension. This is a very unique skill which does like smash damage. It's sort of a sonic beam, sonic burst, and it's sound damage, like a Johnny. All of Johnny's attacks are sound-based or sonic, and it's interesting because extension, I'm not sure why it's called extension, but it's a very unique skill to Ophelia. A lot of Tales games, you know, like Magic Ken and Magic Sword and Judgment and, you know, Eruption. All these skills are almost in every Tales game. They just sort of carry over. But extension is a very unique skill, which is for Philia alone, and I don't think I've ever seen it in any of the other Tales games, period. Which is kind of interesting. You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think Philia is the only one that ever uses extension. I've never seen it in a different Tales game. Yeah, I've never seen another character use it. Okay, sorry, I did a few steps forward and I wasn't recording, but suddenly this voice appeared, and this is just after the save point. Can you guess who? She says, Stan, can you recognize my voice? And I wonder who it could be.
Stan-kun, Helraiosにいるんでしょ?
Stan, you're here in Helraios, aren't you?
覚えているかしら? 私
Do you remember me?
イレーヌ・レンブラントよ.
I am Elaine Rembrandt. Elaine-san. You remember she was the girl in the purple? From the town that kind of made a promise with Stan?
ヒューゴ様の計画の邪魔をしないで.
Stan, you know, please stop interfering with Hugo's, you know, plan right now. Stop doing what you guys are doing. Stop interfering.
自分たちだけの都合で地上を破滅させようとしているくせに.
It's like, what kind of plan is this? You guys are, you know, torturing everybody below and, you know, making a nuisance of yourself. Ah, that must be Ruti's voice. Yep, I knew you'd come too.
聞いて、スタン君。私はヒューゴ様に地上の民の移住を願い出るつもりよ。
She's, you know, in agreement with what Hugo's doing, and, you know, she agrees, and so she's working with Hugo because this is kind of the ideal world that she wanted to create. You know, remember they both had their different ideals, Stan and her. So yeah, Woodrow's saying, don't you think that, you know, playing God and being God is something a little too, you know, high and mighty? And Dimlos is saying, well, that's what the people living in the sky places were like, pretending to be kind of, you know, God, or, you know, casting judgment on the people below. So Stan can't agree with her. So now we're kind of at odds with Elaine. It's like, why are you talking so high and mighty? Hurry, let's find this girl and take her down. I like Ruti's attitude. He's sort of pompous. You rich person, you know, she's gonna teach you what it's like to, you know, what life is like to be poor and at the bottom of the stack. So we're gonna head to where Elaine is. So yeah, there's kind of a ideals thing clash going on here. Elaine was super rich, but she did want a peaceful world. But in her vision of the world, it's only the rich and those that are sort of chosen that live, and then you got this ideal world with just the chosen. So I put the red card in there. Can't put that one in there. If you get the right combination, a box will appear, a blue box which has another key in it, so you definitely want to grab that. So yeah, Elaine thinks that the world needs to be filled with the chosen, kind of, pretty much, and everybody else in the pecking order needs to be restored, and that's where peace and happiness comes from. And of course Stan disagrees. His ideal world was a little different, and Ruti, of course, understands what it's like for the poor and the homeless, because she works at the orphanage. So it's interesting, they're not necessarily bad, Elaine's thinking, it's just a sort of a different way of looking at things. But yeah, purging the world and then sort of resetting with the elite that get to choose who stays and who goes. As Woodrow says, she's playing God, and that's an unacceptable mentality to have. There went that blue box in the background, if you noticed. Don't worry too much about it, because it goes up and over that conveyor belt, and then it goes in a circle. So it's not like the box can get away from you. Yeah, I think if you get the right combination of cards here, it won't work anymore, that panel, so you did it right. So I may need to go, I'm gonna have to go all the way around to grab this blue box. Grab these different colored keys. I have to get shocked again. There it is. So you see it eventually gets here, and it'll eventually go in a circle. I'm gonna go back 1 second. There was a door that we missed. If my maze memory serves me properly. And it must have been a dead end, and there must have been some items in it. So I'm gonna run back and get it real quick. While I'm thinking about it. Over here there was 2 doors. So look in here. Yes, there's some treasures in here. And they're not all that valuable, I suppose. Ooh, platinum plate. That might have some use, actually. I think Woodrow can equip that, or Kongman. Even though he's shirtless. How does he wear armor when he's shirtless? Let's go back. Now, as I was saying, we have a very challenging boss battle coming up. And of course, you can already guess who it's going to be with. So I'm probably going to stop this video before getting that far. And we'll do the boss battle in the next video, because it's a pretty long, tough fight, and I want to, you know, show the strategy and kind of show the best way to defeat the boss. Because, you know, this playthrough I do kind of want it to be a bit of a walkthrough with tips and information. It's not going to be a speed run or anything, but, you know, some tips and advice just to help people if you're playing this on an emulator or you actually were able to pick up a copy. So before we end here, let's go in here. The one thing in this dungeon that confuses people the most is occasionally a blue box, there it is, a blue box will appear coming out of this, and it has the yellow key in it, which you need for this yellow door I'm standing beside. And a lot of people, you know, don't notice it. They wander around, gold key, yellow key, whatever, you know, trying to find it. It's a little confusing, but this little section here, that blue box will come out if you stand there. It may also have to do with the combination of keys that, you know, were put in the panel originally. I'm not exactly sure, you know, how it all works. I just know that if, you know, you don't get it that way, if you don't get the yellow key that way, it will come out eventually from that lower section. So just make sure you shoot the blue boxes when you're doing the conveyor puzzle here. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here. And in the next episode, we will go and we'll fight the boss here. Very challenging boss. And a very interesting one. And we got some interesting story stuff coming up, so I hope you guys will join me. Thanks a lot for watching this video. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.